Hey, breaking news in Canada. Erin O'Toole, he's the leader of the Conservative Party. He's actually not the leader of the Conservative Party. They had a vote just a little bit ago, and he's been voted out, and they said, see you later, have a nice day. 73 members of Parliament voted to launch a leadership race, with 45 voting to keep O'Toole on, and that's kind of cool because he is not a conservative, and it's bad for Canada. With what's going on in Canada, you need somebody with strength and resolve and conservative values. I mean, he ran to be the leader only 17 months ago on the basis of, hey, come on and join my big blue tent. And everything he did in Canada is blue and red, opposite of the red and blue in the US. And he said, come and join my blue tent because we're tough conservative guys. He's not. He's a red guy in Canada. He is a liberal, and thank goodness he's gone. But now what? What are they going to do? They need to get conservative. That'll be the party. And the people now that are being touted as people to run and take over the job as leader, they're kind of the same, more or less. They need somebody that's strong and right-wing and has good values. Not just right-wing, it's about good sense. And common sense, good sense ain't common anymore, and I hope they find somebody, because you almost need somebody like a Trump who isn't a politician or hasn't been a politician, just saying. Talking about Canada, still the trucking thing that's going on. People around the world are joining this, saying, hey, your prime mistake, he's a dictator, he's a commie, he's a bad guy. Lots of talk everywhere. Millions and millions of people are talking about what the truckers are doing. You got Ron Paul, he wrote a nice little note here, I want to read it to you. You got Trump and Musk, and then so many leaders of so many countries and parties and opposition parties. And here's what Ron Paul says, the Canadian Prime Minister. Oh, come on, Paul, he's the prime mistake. The Prime Minister, he says, Justin Trudeau has been basking in his ability to terrorize a population in the name of fighting a virus. He was so confident in his seemingly unlimited power that he felt he could ridicule any Canadian with different views than from his view. The Prime Minister said in a recent interview that unvaccinated Canadians were extremists and racist, bad people. He calls everybody names. Wow. If you don't agree with everything that he says, then you are a bad guy. While the Canadian truckers, when they stood up to his tyranny and began their historic convoy to Ottawa, he thought he would continue ridiculing people. The truckers and the supporters were just a small fringe minority who had unacceptable views. And, you know, this is what he said. And he says they're bad people. And now he calls them, again, racist. And he goes on with all of his wordage. And he's a bigot. He's a real bigot. He hates white people. He hates anybody that we don't. He's a bad guy. And then when all these truckers come to his city, Ottawa, he flees. He goes and he hides in an undisclosed location. Wow. I mean, what is going on with that? It's a bad thing. I mean, a solid majority of Canadians want to end all of the COVID restrictions, and he still says, 90% more than Canadians are vaccinated, but we're not going to end all of this because the truckers, we don't like them now. And the towing companies still talking COVID a little bit, but jumping over to a province, to Alberta, there's a blockade going on there down at the border. And a little town called Coots, and Sweetgrass, I think, is on the other side in Montana. And there's hundreds of trucks there, and they won't let anybody come or go. And so the RCMP got involved, and they said, hey, tow trucks, hello, come and tow these trucks away. And they said, we have COVID. Nice. We have COVID now, so we can't come and do whatever you want us to do. And now you have this Trudeau. Again, I can't say it enough. He's calling all of these people names, but it's not just him. It's his people, his party people. They're saying, let's keep working to make Canada more inclusive. What's that got to do with the price of a banana? I mean, more inclusive, and they're referring to the truckers. The truckers are bigots, and they're this and they're that, and they're just bad people, but let's all be inclusive. Inclusive, like banning people from doing their jobs and regulating them to second-class citizens for not taking a jab. And just 2 years ago, the Prime Minister of Canada said this, truckers, thank you for working day and night to make sure our shelves are stocked. Okay? And that was when he worked from home, hiding under the couch. And Canada, Canadians, wake up. Get rid of these people. Erin O'Toole, he's gone. Get rid of this guy too, and kick everybody out and start again. I mean, politically right is right and left is wrong, but it's not even about that anymore. It's about right and wrong, but it's more about good sense. And that's not common, as I've already said, but there's so many ways to describe what we don't have and we need to have it, and we need leaders and new values for both parties, the Liberal Party and the Conservative Party. We need to pull out of this mess, because right now it's a train wreck. And Canada is officially a socialist country, and that's not a nice thing. And the store shelves are, not full anymore. And look at Venezuela. Could it happen here? Of course not. Ha ha. Hey, I got news for you. It can happen. So we have all got to play a part in this. So anyway, do your part. Happy day. Come back day after tomorrow, every 2 days, and I'll have more news for you from the right. See ya.